and then there'll be a press release, and then Musk will come out on stage. It'll probably be like a state of the union type thing, or address the union. A state of the union.
State of the union.
Okay.
State of the union.
Address the union. That's funny. And then he's
We are the union. Address me.
Addressing the union.
Acknowledge the union.
Texas. By this time, Texas has actually seceded, so they don't get the news.
That turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Oh, was that one?
That was delayed.
Oh, it was delayed. Was
that
it
was
really?
delayed, so that's 2 in a row.
Nice. We're coming
The
up in the
sweet
world.
spot's about 3 to 4 seconds.
It seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think every episode we should wait 5 seconds and then hit it.
Gotcha.
And I think that'll give us our one press. Yep. And I don't know if we even ever explained what we're talking about when we say that at the beginning.
You know
of the
what?
episode.
I don't think you're right. I think we might have hinted towards it, but I don't think we ever did.
Yep. There's a.
That's a good point.
We've just been saying a number, and people are like, "What are they talking about?
Is it 1?
Yeah.
Is it 4? Oh, 5 times. What are we doing?
So what we mean when we say whether 1, 2, 3, or 4, hopefully every time it's 1 now, is we have this button on our mixer that gives us a sound, and it's the sound that we use for the intro of our episodes. And there's been times where I've hit that button once, nothing happens. Twice, nothing happens. Until I hit 4, and then something will happen. Yeah, and it's like, why is it taking so I think if we wait a good 5 seconds when we hit record, and we hit it once, I think that's
We'll get that consistent
we'll
one.
get a consistent one.
Hey, that one was delayed, though, because I went to push it again, and as soon as I put my finger on it,
Yeah, I saw it go dark.
That was interesting.
Yeah, wow. So I think that's our good little sweet spot there. Yep, I've had an amazing time with you, Kyle.
I always, you will.
I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart that you mean the world to me.
Right back at you, big
And
fella.
I will never, ever let you drown on the Titanic.
But you better not, because damn sure there was enough room on that
I will
thing.
let you take the big door.
Oh.
And I'll sit and freeze to death in that water for you.
Why don't we just turn it sideways and our bottom half will be in the water and we can both be on
Stop making love logical.
I'm just saying, I
am
love you,
telling
man.
you how much you mean to me, and you're trying to give me facts. Get out of here.
I almost snorted. Hey, I want to start off with something.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a meme,
Okay.
and I kind of, we want the vibe to be real good.
Oh,
right?
the vibes are going to be great.
It's a picture of 2 hands, and they're reaching for the same thing. They kind of have their fingers, their pinkies crossing over each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
One is OnlyFans girls.
Okay.
The other hand is Peter Parker.
Okay.
You know what they have in common?
What?
Selling pictures of themselves for money.
That's a very random thing to have in common.
I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, I gotta start out with that because it's just so logical.
You know what that is? That's a high idea.
Oh, ideas, baby.
Yeah, somebody took a big hit of a backwood and looked over to their friend and was like, you know what, bro? Like, OnlyFans? Those girls? And, like, Peter Parker, bro? They like the same, dude. They like the same. And the guy's like, huh? What you mean by that, bro? And he's like, think about it, dude. Like, just think about it. Like, these girls on, like, OnlyFans, they take pictures of themselves and then they sell it, bro. And then Peter Parker, who's also Spider-Man, dude, like, he be going to the Daily Bugle with, like, Jameson, bro, yelling at him. He's like the parent of these OnlyFans girls, like just yelling at them. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. It's a little different, but it's the same. And then like he posted on like a newspaper, whatever that is.
Oh God.
And then that he like sell it and he get paper for that. He get like a stack for that picture, bro. he get a stack for it, and he like that's like the same, dude. And then the other friends over there, he's like, bro, you gotta leave.
You did that way too well.
I've been around people like that.
Bro, I'm over here rolling. God, you did that way too well. Damn.
Like that is 100% someone was high making that little picture.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I was, I like my podcast on the way to work and on the way home from work.
I thought you were gonna say, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I thought you were gonna say I like my podcast like I like my women, and I was ready for like whatever was about to come out of your mouth.
I wish I would have had something cool like that. No, I'm jumping into my list right here.
All right.
And I love my Impulsive boys. Shout out to Impulsive, love that show.
For sure.
I think it's this one. Is it this one?
Oh, the crowd. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. What B?
That's D is the what's it called? But
the rim shot.
Rim shot.
Yeah, not rim job. Rim shot.
And they had Charlemagne the God on there this week. And one of the things they talked about, and it kind of stood out, I was kind of, and this is something that happened a while ago. I want to say a couple months ago. And they were talking about how Lizzo and Beyonce have it's a song called Girls. It's like GRRRLZ or something like that.
Girls.
Yeah. What's her name? Lizzo. Lizzo was criticized from a lot of the UK. Like everybody who listened to her in the UK, yes. Because in one of the lyrics that she had, she uses the word spaz.
Oh, is that what that's all about?
Yes. And apparently, to us, to spaz out is to have a tantrum or a fit, malfunction, go on the fritz, stuff like that.
Yeah.
To them, I guess it means a stupid or incompetent person, a derogatory or offensive slang term. So basically, I want to say it was a diss on mentally challenged people. There we go. I don't feel like getting canceled.
Oh, okay. So it's like saying the R slur.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got
and that was the word I was about to use, but I was like, I don't know the other word.
All right.
She was getting some backlash for it. And they were talking about it, and they're like, why are all these people so up in arms about giving her crap to this woman who constantly gets crap for being, she gets body shamed all the time because, Lizzo's a big old girl.
Yeah.
She gets racist slurs thrown at her all the time. This girl, she been through the ringer.
Yeah.
Well, now what she did was she ended up changing the lyric.
Okay.
And it was kind of like she was giving in to them.
Okay.
Because a lot of people were saying, it's 2022. Why the heck are you doing this? Why are you saying this? But well, you should know better. I mean, when you say spaz, I don't think about it that way. We don't know over here.
And and I was going to say that. Like, she got mad. She got hate from the UK specifically because they have a different understanding of the word.
Exactly.
If I use another word that I know in a different country, they might take offense to that too.
I found the lyric. So the lyric is, hold my bag, bitch. Hold my bag. Do you see this shit? I'm a spaz.
I'm sorry. It's funny. I'm just thinking about, I know this is random. I was just thinking about Ben Shapiro reading the lyrics to WAP.
Yeah. Somebody like that reading them real serious.
It was the most cringiest thing I've ever seen in the world. I was like, oh my God, stop. But yeah, I hear you.
So people have been coming out and trying to, tell her like this person right here. Hey, Lizzo, my disability, cerebral palsy, is literally classified as a spastic diplegia, where spasticity refers to unending painful tightness in my legs.
Okay.
Your new song makes me pretty angry and sad. Another person said, spaz doesn't mean no. Okay, so someone put, spaz doesn't mean freaked out or crazy. It's an ableist slur.
Ableist.
But that's over there.
But
we don't think about it that way.
True. And I think what her changing her lyric is, I actually think that's a good thing, because that's not like giving in necessarily to something that's becoming educated, and then changing it to that. I think that's okay.
I agree with the being educated part.
Yeah.
Because
it's not like she took the whole song down.
No,
she just changed the lyric. I'm like, cool.
She changed the lyric, and I do commend her on that.
Yeah.
But I also am like, I think she should have stood up for herself a little more. I don't know. But
it's just
Cardi B was somebody who stood up for her. And this is where I kind of had a little respect, too. She said, y'all do it Y'all will do mental gymnastics to include me in anything that people are getting dragged for. People have called me out for plenty of shit. Y'all do it every week. Some things I apologize for. And some things I will tell y'all to suck a dick. And personally, if I was Lizzo, I would have said suck my dick.
Yeah.
I don't have much respect for that woman, but I do kind of agree where she's coming from.
I see where she's coming from, but at the same time, when you are being criticized by people who are marginalized in a very specific way, you like standing up for what you said comes off as a little hateful, a little bit, because it's not like you're standing up for what you said that was factual or that meant something or that was poignant. You're standing up for a word that a lot of people view as a hateful slur.
Okay.
And I just think that, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that when it comes to saying something and you're like, okay, the vitriol that she got might have been a little bit unwarranted, but it's like, okay, now I know, now I realized that a lot of people take offense to that. Let me just try to switch it up a bit.
And that's completely fine.
Yeah.
But then Charlemagne the God
and he
said something.
He usually makes things worse, but okay.
Oh, he made it worse, but he made perfect sense.
Okay.
Why are they getting mad about things like that, and we're not getting mad about what they call cigarettes over there? You know what they call cigarettes over there?
Yeah, I know what they call them.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different.
I don't think so.
I think it is different. Because that's slang.
So is the other one.
That's not slang.
We use it in a different way.
But that's not slang, though.
That's what it said on...
Like, if you said... Well, yeah. But if you say, it's like the word basket case.
Okay.
It could be offensive to some people. Because the word basket case actually refers to, like, people coming back from war in, like, bits and pieces, basically. Like in a basket. Like they're so jacked up that they can fit in a basket or something like that.
Okay.
So like saying a basket case to someone could be looked at as like, oh, like, hey, take it easy. Like, you know what that word means. And you could be like, oh, I understand that, and we can change that around. What they call cigarettes is a slang term for a product.
Of course.
Not the slang term for a person.
No.
So I think if you're looking at it in the terms of like the way of life as how people interact with each other, that's different than how people interact with things.
I just think that I think he was right in a sense, because I think that, you know, if you're not supposed to be using a word, then you're not supposed to be using a word.
I get that. I get him on that on that side of it. I do understand that.
Yes. See, that's where I feel like he's coming from. Like, okay, if they're going to be mad that she used that word, that she said spaz, why aren't they mad? Why aren't we firing back and be like, hey, we're going to start World War III over this comment because you called her out. Now we're going to call you guys out for a different slang term.
Yeah, but I think that's a losing battle. I don't think anybody wins in that. It's just people saying words about cigarettes and people who have mental issues.
Exactly. But and I'm not going to dive too deep into it because I don't like talking about this kind of stuff. But it gets political and hairy, and
of course,
it's not my favorite thing to talk about.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It always does.
Yes,
I think that's why she did it.
Yeah,
because, like you said, Lizzo already gets enough hate for everything else.
Yes.
So the last thing she wants her name being dragged through the mud for is because she used a word that is ableist.
Yeah. Now, where does our First Amendment come into play? That's what I
Oh,
was
it's
gonna
still
say.
well. That's the thing.
You're
because
able to
that's
say it
not
because of that.
Well, that's not censorship. That's like you are obviously able to say it.
Yep.
You can say pretty much anything you want to.
Yeah.
Now, what the Second Amendment doesn't protect is how people feel about what you said.
Very true.
So you can go about it however you want.
Yeah.
She could have kept it in there and not said a thing.
Nope.
She could have changed it and said a big apology. She could have did anything she wanted to do. I think what she did is she took it in and said, okay, let's not make this a big issue. Let me just change the lyric and go on about my life. And I think that's just what happened.
Yeah, I can see that. I just think that, like, in my mind, I'm like he said, like exactly what he said. You're mad for this. We can be mad at this. And like you said, it's a losing battle. It can just keep going.
And it's going to
on
go
and on and on.
Yeah,
and on.
and it's going to be like, well, you mad about this? Why are you mad about this?
Yeah.
I'm mad about it's just going to be a laundry list of words.
You know what I think why they're actually mad
What's up?
is because we threw their tea in the harbor.
Most likely. They're still
They're still salty about
they're
it.
still salty about it. Yeah, those Brits really hold a grudge. But if I get what he's saying. I do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hopefully that didn't ruin her career, but we'll see.
I don't think it will. If she's come back from everything else she's done, I think she's okay. There's a little something. We talked a little bit about it at the beginning but before we started the episode. And I know this is not the exact same thing as a conspiracy, but there is a little bit of a conspiratorial, element to it.
Okay. School me, Big Daddy.
So, back in the day,
Uh,
I'm going to say back in the day because this is when I was younger. We were both younger. You had daytime television, okay?
boring.
Yeah, but no. What made it not boring was when daytime started flipping over into like
Get it.
afternoon.
Get it, Big
when you
Daddy.
hit that 11,
Yes, sir.
that 11:30 mark.
Yes,
I think the first show that I'm thinking about might have been 10.
That might have been for you. I think we were 12.
Yeah, because Cali's what, 4 hours back?
What time zone were you in? Same one right now?
I was in Indiana, so that's not Central Time Zone. That's
What are they from us right now?
from right now they're an hour forward.
So it'd be 3.
Okay, 3 hours.
It's 2 to California right now from here.
Got you. Okay. So when the time started getting away from like the judge shows and all that type of stuff, then we started getting into Maury. Then we started getting into Jerry Springer. That's when Montel Williams was on, and you started getting to the juicy drama.
Oh,
right?
juicy.
And
Succulent.
the funny thing about this is that the show itself, of course, was just outrageous. And it was just drama and just ridiculous about how much a baby doesn't have my same hairline. And it was beautiful television. Now, as I got older,
trash TV.
Yeah, as I got older, and we as a society got a little bit more educated on the ways of television production, we learned that some of these people were just on this show because they were just on vacation.
And they were getting paid for it.
Yeah. They were like, you can go to the show, you can apply to be on there. And what they did was most of these stories, obviously some of them were factual. And you can kind of tell which ones were.
Yeah.
You can tell which people were on there because they wanted help. But then there were also the people who were on there because they just wanted a free trip. So they would apply and they would get the trip, their hotel paid for, their meal paid for. I think transportation paid for as well. Like pretty much all expenses paid. The only thing you had to do was get there. So these people would go on there, get this hotel, get the trip, all this good stuff, and then they would be on the show, and their stories were completely made up.
Yes.
Completely fabricated.
Yes.
They would have like 5 kids, and they would come on there and be like, I know he's the father of my children. I know he is. He's over here denying it. He would be backstage, arms folded, dramatic music, looking at like
with mean mugging the camera.
mean mugging the camera, talking about, no, she's a liar. She's a liar. She slept with like 18 different dudes. I don't know who the father is. And then like all this stuff is made up. The DNA test comes out, and he knows he's the father.
Oh, he knows already.
100% he's aware of it. And like it's just you're the father, one after the other, and then this is a big celebration and all this type of stuff, and then they just going about their day. And
I
these
love-
shows, you can almost tell which ones are fake.
Exactly. I loved the my out of those three, my favorite was Jerry,
Jerry was
because it
amazing.
wasn't the same thing all the time.
It wasn't. No.
I loved when it was, I'm really a man. She goes, oh my God, sweetheart, you slept with me, blah, blah, blah. But guess what, buddy? That's an Adam's apple right there that you were feeling. And he's like, wait, what? I love those ones. They're absolutely hilarious.
I think Jerry Springer like single-handedly ruined the trans community.
Oh, yes. But the best ones are where they had, and they stopped doing them after a while, I noticed. Yeah. They would go to the crowd and at the end of the show and ask questions. Or basically diss the guests.
There would just be absolute thugs in the crowd. Like I'm 100% sure that a lot of those crowd members, they just went out to the streets. Where was it, New York?
I think so.
Yeah, they were just like, hey, come in.
Yeah. Hey, can you please come make fun of people?
And it'll be like the dude who was made for this.
Yes. But those were my favorite, and like I told you before, I remember seeing a movie about it, and I just found it. It's called Ringmaster.
Ringmaster.
And it had so it was Jerry Springer. It had Jamie Presley, Molly Hagan.
Where's Jamie Presley been?
I don't know, but she still looks good.
Oh wow, yeah.
She's on that mom show. That I can't
that's right.
stand.
She is on the mom show. That's what she's been doing.
But she's still amazing looking.
Yeah.
But it's literally like a mom and a daughter go to Jerry Springer to get their grievances out, and then they start making up stories every week on the show just to get a paycheck and get a meal in a room, like you said. Mm-hmm. So that, to me, that was kind of like the point where you started noticing, hey, wait a minute, this isn't real. Like, you guys are really going to go and do all this, and you're going to make up these stories and lie to us, and then, oh, okay, yeah, it's just trash TV. It's just entertaining. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they're definitely part of I guess you could call it conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
Of being
it's
actually real or not. But
yeah.
Yeah, those times are definitely different. You know, one conspiracy that was brought up, I want to say last week during lunchtime was, did we really land on the moon?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? You think we did? Because a lot of people I know say, oh, they filmed it. Mm-hmm. Or, we had to show that we were going to beat Russia and China and whoever else to the moon first.
Yeah.
And this footage came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And
I'm very on the fence about it.
Yeah, I'm not
extremely, because I have not seen because both sides have a convincing argument.
Of course,
everybody has a convincing. Like it's not like whether or not the planet is flat. I've never been able to find a flat Earth convincing argument. They will give you the most random explanation why the Earth is shaped like a bowl.
I have yet to find any of those people.
And I've talked to a few.
Really?
Of them. Apparently Indiana has a lot of flat earthers. I haven't had anybody out here in Texas tell me the Earth is flat.
I'm surprised, because even California, I didn't hear a lot out there.
Well,
at all.
When you have a winter that's 6 months, you have a lot of time to yourself to think.
You have to entertain yourself.
Yeah, you might start thinking the Earth looks like a saucer. So, but I'm very kind of on the fence about it. I don't. The biggest argument that convinces me that America didn't is because of the whole race to space type thing.
Yes,
that's what makes me think that they probably did not. And also, I know this might not be the best argument, but it is an argument. They haven't done it again.
Yeah, I want to know why that is.
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously you see...
Going to space is not hard anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's expensive, but it's not hard.
Yeah. You see all these, guys going up to the space stations, the satellites. You see rockets being launched.
Yeah, and they're up there for years.
Yeah, and there's people that, see it with their eyes. Okay, this thing is taking off. It's not just, on a set and they're...
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. It's in the air. It's
actually
gone.
Dropping from it.
And then these people come back. So it's real.
Yeah,
I mean, it's years later, but...
Yeah.
But why haven't we gone back?
That's a good question.
Like, it's just this big circular thing in the sky that gets lit up from the sun on the other side of the Earth.
Yep.
And we're just kind of sitting there like, okay, what are we going to do up there?
I think they're waiting for Elon Musk to mine the moon. He's gonna mine the moon and make us all rich.
I mean, if he can make me rich, by all means.
So we're getting it ready for him. There's
But-
a certain space station that we got to get that we have to like set aside,
The Death Star?
something like that. But we have to set it aside for now, because then what's gonna happen is Elon is gonna come by and he's like, "Hey, I'm ready." And then we're gonna be like, and the guy in the back is gonna go, "Prepare the launch pad." It's
then
gonna be
the
this dramatic music. Yep, this is rising, and they're gonna be like, "Today is the day. It's happening." And then there'll be a press release, and then Musk will come out on stage. It'll probably be like a state of the union type thing, or address the union. A state of the union.
State of the Union.
Okay.
State of the Union.
Address the union. That's funny. And then he's
We
like,
are
"I
the
heard-
union,
yeah, we
address
are
me."
addressing the union.
Acknowledge the Union.
Texas. By this time, Texas has actually seceded, so they don't get the news. And then he takes off, and then he starts mining the moon, bringing back rocks, creating thousands of jobs, and in America is the better for it.
What are we using those rocks for?
Ooh, see, that remains to be seen.
Is
I think,
is it a cure for cancer up there?
of course not.
Damn it.
Cancer makes this country so rich.
I know.
What they want is they want to put it in iPhones.
Oh.
Yeah, they want to put
Okay.
moon rock technology
And what's that going to do for
in
us?
iPhone. We don't know yet,
Oh, damn it.
but
I thought you had an idea.
It might make your phone invincible.
Hey.
You might never
No,
have to.
no, hold
hey,
on.
hey,
We
hey,
already
hey,
got
take
that.
it easy.
We already got the invincible phones. It's the Nokias.
That's true. But I mean, we should just use what Nokia uses.
Just a damn brick.
Just put-
No, did they go out of business? Someone knew it was invincible, so they put them out of business.
right. I think Apple actually bought them. We just don't know it.
Well, they're not doing their job because iPhones are easy to break.
Yeah, that's true. I remember I had Gorilla Glass 5 on my last phone, my LG. I dropped it once, back shattered. I was like, what? I was like, my phone I had before, I dropped it like almost down an elevator shaft,
Yeah.
and that thing survived. And I'm dropping this thing once from
3.5
not even
feet.
it was like maybe a foot and a half.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing like spider web. It was awful. I was like, what? Gorilla Glass 5? It's more like Gorilla Smash.
Gorilla Smash. That took a minute, but it was good. That was good.
I'm keeping that in. I'm keeping that absolute fail in.
And you know what? You know what's crazy is when OtterBox first came out, they were like the big thing.
Yeah.
Hey, if it breaks, we will pay you for your new phone.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law had one break.
Really?
It wasn't an iPhone. It was something else. Break in Gorilla, not Gorilla. Damn it.
OtterBox.
OtterBox. Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn wrong animal. And
Sea creature.
yeah.
We'll see you in land.
They had one break and they wouldn't warranty it.
Really?
Yeah.
They went back on their word.
Because
How dare they?
I want to say it was something about one of the clips on the case was broken or something, some small defect.
Something they
and
wanted
they
you
were
to
like,
catch.
no, we're
Yeah.
not doing it because of that. Sorry, get your own phone. Like, you fucking bastards.
I spy with my little eye. Is that a latch open, my dear?
Ooh, you don't get it now.
Gotcha.
Joke's on you. You got to pay for your phone now. I remember
Oh,
it being
man.
one of the biggest things however many years ago that was. And we were like, really? You're
Yeah.
not, we literally paid like $70 for this ultimate rugged
Box.
screen protecting box.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And it worked for a while and then it broke and you're not going to warranty it like you say you are.
That's wild.
Like,
And those things were crazy.
oh yeah.
Like to have a phone break inside of an OtterBox sounds more plausible than the OtterBox breaking itself.
Exactly.
Because the OtterBox itself, like you said, it was just it was a tank.
Oh, it was a brick.
I had an OtterBox on my last phone. It broke in a case before I got the OtterBox for it.
Yeah. Makes
And
sense.
when I got the OtterBox, it wasn't even the full thing. It wasn't even like the full like OtterBox. You know how you get like the cover and then
Yeah.
it has a cover on top of that cover. It was just the outer shell that had a lip. So even if the phone
like,
did fall,
like that where it had like the raised lip on the front.
yeah. So even if the phone did fall, it wouldn't like hit fully front glass.
That's dumb.
And it was still great.
Really?
Yeah, it's still. I drop my phone so many times. I drop it everywhere all the time.
yeah.
I don't know what it is about my phone. I can hold anything for hours. As soon as the phone is in my hand, I'm dropping it.
Yep.
Like almost always.
Oh, yeah.
And that thing, saved my phone so many times. I remember I was up at work, and I was on the lift. I was almost all the way at the ceiling, and my phone was like, I didn't know it was like more than halfway out of my back pocket. So I bent over to pick something up, and then I feel my phone slip.
And it was like slow-mo.
It was like slow motion. It was, I was like just looking on in horror as it bounces once on the platform, and it just goes over. And when I was going down, I was like, my phone's done. I know it is. My phone is absolutely ruined. I'm going to have to get a new phone. I go down, I pick it up, perfectly fine. Nothing.
That's crazy.
I was like, this is the best case money can buy.
More drop passes than, I don't know, give me your worst NFL receiver in the league.
Tom Brady.
More drop passes than Tom Brady.
I remember he dropped it. Well, he didn't even really catch it. It was that pass that was thrown at him.
Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he just missed it.
God.
It wasn't even a drop pass. He just missed it.
What a joke. There's another conspiracy. I kind of dug into it.
Give it to me, baby.
I think I mentioned this before about a movie. I'll get into that in a little bit. But did Hitler really die in a suicide? Mm-hmm. Did he really die at the Eagle's Nest? Did he have a twin that died?
Now, the last one I think is probably the least.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
I don't believe that at all.
So, do you remember me telling you about a movie? What it was called, like some 13-15 to Paris or something like that?
Yeah.
So, in that movie, there's a scene where they're exploring Germany, and they said they were on bikes and they were taking a tour, and they stopped at this one part, and they were like, "Oh, this is where the final resting place of Hitler, with his wife peacefully by his side as the Russian forces were coming in." And the American guy goes, "Wait, but I thought Hitler died at the Eagle's Nest, and that was his last stand against the Americans." "Oh, you Americans can't take credit for everything, you know. There is a history out there in the world. Your history books are lying to you."
I'm sure most of them are.
I thought, I guarantee you they probably are. I thought about that, and I was like, well, after I watched that movie, I was like, did Hitler actually die in the Eagle's Nest? Did he, was it against the Americans? Did we get Osama bin Laden in a cave or wherever it was? I mean, there's so much crap that I've thought about because of that. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. Don't make your eyes that big. It scares me.
I just thought of something.
Lower your eyes, please.
I can't.
Please.
I can't.
You're scaring me.
I got it.
What?
It just came to me.
Okay.
So you know how Trump got his place in Mar-a-Lago raided?
Oh, yeah.
It had all those documents.
It was like last week?
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened.
Well, it was a couple weeks ago now.
You'll have to explain that to me because I don't know exactly what it was.
Okay, well, the FBI, I think it was, raided his home in Mar-a-Lago.
Yes.
Because he had all these secret documents that he took when he was president. So he took all these documents out of this place, out of this secret area. And they were like, hey, you got to give those documents back. He was like, sure, I'll give you back all the documents and all that type of stuff. But he didn't give them all back. So they raided his house.
For those documents.
And they took out a dozen cases worth of stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He wasn't giving them back.
No, he had a whole bunch of documents apparently. And we could probably talk about this some other time. I don't know how you just get to take those documents, but sure. So he had all these documents. Right. And you know what? You know what I think it is? I got it. He has cases on this country for the killing of Hitler.
Oh.
For Osama bin Laden.
Oh.
He for the JFK conspiracy.
Oh.
I guarantee it. He has papers. Sorry, I'm trying to stay serious. I couldn't do it. I failed. But I bet he has papers. I bet he knows what happened to Hitler.
Secrets.
He knows what happened to Hitler, and he knows what happened to bin Laden.
So he has the Nicolas Cage movie, His Life Right Now.
Absolutely.
National Treasures.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But instead of the Declaration of Independence, that's child's play.
Oh yeah.
I can go take that now if I wanted to.
That thing. It's just a piece of paper.
Yeah. You want me to take the Declaration of Independence?
Really?
Easy. It'll take me 4 hours max.
Got it. Done.
Time me now. I'll go do it.
It's already been done.
Oh, look at that. I got it already. Yeah. That was so weird. But yeah, I bet he has it. I guarantee it. I guarantee Trump knows. He knows what really happened in all of these situations, and they don't want it to get out. They had to raid his place. He had to get those documents.
By the way, I just looked at pictures of that place that got raided.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really nice looking area.
Oh yeah, it's transformation.
Mar-a-Lago,
Mar-a-Lago,
over
yeah.
it's in like Florida, on the east
Yep.
side of Florida.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's beautiful.
And it's not even just his house. It's like a country club and stuff like
really?
that. Yeah, I think it's on a golf course.
Could you imagine? I know this is complete 180. Could you imagine being a president and not being able to say probably 80-90% of the things that you know?
Yeah. That's
I would have such an issue with that.
I have more of an issue that the fact that Donald Trump saw and heard all of those things. If we put aside his presidency and we put aside all the things he said and done, the fact that he knows so much about the inner workings of this country.
Well, and and that's what's crazy is
me.
he's I don't want to say he's one of us, but he's not a politician.
He's not a politician.
He's not.
No, he's not a career politician.
And the fact that he's not a politician and knows this stuff.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the
crazy.
Because like Biden's been, a politician for
30,
like since he was in his
40
30s.
something
Yeah, like
years.
he's oh my gosh, like he's grown up.
Well, that's the thing is
in
a lot of
politics.
them
And
have
yeah.
for 20 plus years at least.
Like a lot of these guys who are ancient, like 70s, 80s, these guys have been doing it forever. Like they got out of college and went into politics.
Oh yeah.
Like they started even politicking in college. And then started getting like, just
Shoot, I bet you they were
climbing
doing
the
it as
ladder.
kids.
Oh yeah. Like because honestly, the only reason anyone's a politician is because at some point when they were a teenager, they said, I'm going to be a politician. Because there's no way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry you decided to go that path and make half the world hate you.
Well, and some of them also, too, they were like, okay, I'm going to be a judge.
Yeah.
And then they kind of got into started climbing the ladder, stuff like that. Because a lot of.
You really think that kids, they think about that as kids?
I
or
think,
like older kids, preteens that are like, I'm going to be a judge. I'm going to be a lawyer that specializes in this.
I do.
Really?
I do. Maybe not.
I feel like that's
100% seriously.
Almost at the end of senior year kind of thing.
Probably, but I think what it is you go down like a rabbit hole of like learning about that.
Okay.
And then you either get extremely intrigued and fascinated by it and you go deeper, or you're like, oh no, I'm not doing this. So
sorry.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
I don't think there's any lukewarm politicians. You either in it or you're out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see it thinking about some of the kids that I went to school with, like senior year, they weren't like, I'm going to be a judge, I'm going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I'm going to be a firefighter, I'm going to be a policeman, I'm going to go start a business making hats.
Hey, man. Well, there's only so many seats.
I can't, I don't see kids just.
It's about the kind of college you go to too.
Maybe true.
Because no one's going to like, Ball State University.
Where?
Yeah, no, exactly.
What?
It's a big college in Indiana.
I was thinking like Lorenzo Ball or something like that. What? Ball State. Do you imagine that guy being the dean? The dad? What's that guy's name?
It's something Ball. Is it LeVar?
LeVar?
I think it's LeVar Ball.
I don't know. Yeah, imagine him being the dean.
Right, of Ball State. But these people are going like big colleges. People who are going into politics, they're going to like Yale and Stanford. Yeah, they're going to like the bigger, people who are going to like some of the smaller, like more kind of other middle of the line colleges.
I don't think I know anybody that went to a big college. Like I know a guy that went to West Point.
I know
that was for the military.
We actually know a lot of people who went to those big colleges.
We do?
Yeah, they're politicians.
Oh, I mean personally, asshole. Jeez, you're killing me.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to be a little jerk. Yes. I did a little dance.
You did. That was nice. You kind of did the.
Yeah, I did a little shimmy. Yeah.
Yeah. That I couldn't imagine being a politician, man. That it would be interesting because the way I am now, like if I had the chance to be the president or something, and I say like right now, 30 years old, I'm like, hey, I'm running for president.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the most relaxed president there is. I get elected 2024. Kyle becomes president. And I'd be like, hey, I want to know where Area 51 is. Hey, who really killed JFK? Hey, all these different things just going on and on and on.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'd want to know that stuff. I wouldn't care. Like, oh, hey, the world's hunger problem is here. I'm like, no. I gotta find out who really killed JFK. Hold on a second, starving kids in the world. Hey, our homeless is an issue. Hold on a second. Who really started the cancer thing? What are we doing here with the money?
Right.
All
this just madness.
The things that you learn from that, I'm like, I don't think I could do that just because I would know that stuff, and then after knowing it, I'd be like, hey,
and you can't say it.
Hey, you want to know who really killed
right
homeboy in the prison talking about the Clintons?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Hillary herself.
You find yourself in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah. By the way, you have a visitor you don't know of.
Right.
Like, oh, well, I'm dead.
There won't even be you have a visitor. They'll just like fly through your window. It just snipe you while you're at a Starbucks.
Man, yeah, that's definitely a career I would never want to get into.
Yeah, being president, like I always remember that picture of Obama, like his last year as president.
Yeah.
And versus like his first year.
Did he look tired?
He was like all gray.
Really?
He was tired. He looked like there was extra bags under his eyes. But like that is a stressful job. He was fully gray.
I'm sorry,
like
I'm not laughing about that.
Yeah, when he went in, he looked vibrant and youthful. Full head of hair, all
Oh,
dark.
I remember. He
came out
young,
all
for his
gray,
age.
and I was like, oh my gosh, like that is like just think about a job that just beats you down constantly. You're constantly worried about one thing after another. You have so much on your plate. It's just constant something.
Yeah.
And with Obama, it's obviously he's getting attacked because also he's black. So it's even that too.
That
so
was
like,
also another
just
thing.
a constant. Yeah, he just looks so beat down.
There's two more things I want to say about politics and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I'm very surprised we haven't heard in the last 10, at least the last 4 presidents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised there hasn't been assassination attempts, and I know we've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about that. Or about people running like, hey, Hillary might win. Oh, no, she wound up with a bullet in her head. What happened?
I think,
I'm very surprised.
I think I know why. I think there's a couple reasons. I think one.
And I think I know one of them because I think you told me this one before.
Yeah. I think one reason is because they don't want to make it look like that the president is constantly under attack. Because I guarantee there are assassination attempts.
You just don't know.
In a sense, yeah. So that's one thing. They want to make sure that the president looks calm, safe, like he's under control of everything. So if we are hearing about as much assassination attempts or assassination calls that actually happen,
yeah,
I think that might be a little unnerving. And on the flip side of that, I think that might also embolden people.
Yeah.
Because if there is happening this frequently, you know what? I'm going to try it myself. Maybe I'll actually succeed.
Yeah, it kind of invites them to start doing it.
It's like, oh, he did it this way. Let me do it this way, and maybe I'll actually pull it off. I think that's why we don't hear about it that much. Because I'm sure the presidents that we've had, like think of how divided this country became, or at least we could see how divided it was when Trump was president. You don't think there was somebody out there trying to go for him?
That's the thing is I don't know. I would think.
I bet there were.
And I say this lightly, but I know I'm still going to piss somebody off. The right side and the left side. Mm-hmm. The left was the Democrats, right? Leftist.
Well, if you're talking about parties,
left is Democrats, right is Republicans. Is that
plain terms? Yes.
Okay,
but there's a big difference.
The right was known as the blue collar, hardworking, rough and tough, you know, and then the left side was the more or less city folks, some pansies, I guess you could say. That's the way it's portrayed. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, and I know they're not all pansies and everything, you know, left.
Well, yeah.
But
it goes a little deeper, but I'm just going to let you go.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that might be one reason why, but there's rough and tough on both sides. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. I just, maybe that's how I see it in my mind, how it's portrayed over everything.
Because, wait.
I don't know how to explain it, and I don't want to explain it because I don't want to... I don't want to start crap.
Well, I was trying to get what you're saying. Like, are you saying that because the left is portrayed that way. That's not.
The left is more pussy than the right, I guess. Maybe they're just all talk, I guess, is what I'm thinking.
Okay. I'm just trying to get to like what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to attack you or anything.
Oh, no. Attack me. That's fine. I think that's how I see it.
Okay.
But I also think, like I said, there's also people on both sides, so that can't be the way it really is. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like in my mind that's why, but okay, so you're saying that like the people who might have attempted on his life or it might not have happened as much because they're kind of like paper tigers. Yeah, kinda.
All right.
But like I said, I know there's both types of people on both sides.
Yeah, because there's people on the right, obviously, who are like, if you think about some of these like white nationalists, a lot of them don't even like Trump.
Exactly.
So a lot of them don't even like government.
Exactly.
So they're trying to they also didn't like him either.
That's why I'm saying there's both people on both sides.
Yeah.
So.
I just think we don't hear about it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think that it's suppressed.
Yes.
It's almost like terrorist calls.
God damn it!
It's over there knocking around. It's almost like terrorist calls. I did not. I heard it.
Damn.
It's cool. But I think it's like that because a lot of them are made so many times.
Yeah.
We get bomb threats and threats of terror all the time. Whether they happen or not,
yeah,
that remains to be seen.
Exactly.
So it's one of those things where it's like it happens so frequently. What's the point of putting it on the news? Because we're going to hear about it every day.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to hear about that every day.
Well, and you know what?
It's already a bunch of bad news.
It's not that I don't want to hear about it. I just think
there was more attention that we know.
I'm very surprised that we haven't heard. I really am.
Yep. The reasons I said, I think that's why.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever will. Unless we see something that actually happened.
Yeah, unless it's
remember,
like on...
Yeah. Like, remember that guy who threw his shoe at Bush?
Yes, yes.
Like, we'll see that. Yeah. You don't even have to, talk about that. You can just show the video.
Oh, yeah.
But when it comes to, serious threats that may not have been on camera, that may have just been a call, that may have been a letter sent, we'll never hear about that.
But even those things, like the shoe throwing, I'm very surprised. Nothing like that is happening.
And also, we also don't see every rally, because there was a rally happened that Bernie was doing, and I think it was I think it was either vegans or something. They got on stage. It was like these women.
Why is it always the vegans?
I know, right? And it's like, you guys are cool. Why are you doing this? It's like they got on the stage and they took off their shirt, or they were already topless or something like that, and they painted a sign on their stomach and on their chest.
Men or women?
They were women.
It was all part of his thing. He's like, I want some women to get topless in front of me so I can stay awake during this.
This is gonna give me the numbers I need. I'm asking again for your support, and people are like, absolutely.
If you got
the kind of rallies you're running, yeah, this is what's happening at your rallies, Bernie. Oh, absolutely, you get my vote. But that happened.
It's like Girls Gone Wild, the political version.
I know, right? But the only thing we saw of that was the pictures.
Yeah.
And the articles that came out about it. There was no video.
No.
It wasn't on national television. But other stuff like that, like smaller videos and smaller things, we see those things.
Yeah.
Other stuff you either have to dig for or you'll never hear about at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I mean, the shoe thing though, like you said, it was national television, all that, and I don't know. I'm just surprised that has not happened.
Yeah.
But I'm also surprised because if I was president again, and somebody said,
"You really want to be president, don't you?"
I feel like I could do better.
You probably could.
Well, here's the thing: is I think a lot of them are bought out from whoever the rich people are these days. But
it's not a you think it's not that's not something that's conspiracy anymore. We all know that.
I've got such, I think it's pride.
Yeah.
That if somebody was like, "You're running the country wrong," I'd be like, "Bitch, meet me on the corner right now." I would be calling people out left and right.
Right, you wouldn't be able to keep your composure.
I'd be like, "Oh,
just a thug in a suit,"
like in the big UN meetings where they got the two guys at every table with the flag. I'd be like, "Hey, China, get your ass down here."
No, you know what's great about that though? Have you ever seen Parliament meetings in the UK? Because they have Parliament, and it is insane. It is some of the best television you ever watched.
Really?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. People are yelling at each other constantly. People are almost getting in fights. People are name calling.
That's the thing.
Parliament is amazing,
Dude, if that's the thing is, if I was on that, I'd be getting up like, you want to fucking come over here? Like, do we need to fight?
Right.
Like, I'll have gloves on. Let's go do this.
Parliament meeting is phenomenal.
Dude, and that's the thing. It's like Kim Jong-un or, I know, I'm talking a little loud. Sorry.
It's okay.
What's the Russian guy's name? Putin.
Putin, yeah.
I'd be like, hey, Putin,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah.
You want to throw hands? Like, meet me, bro. Let's do this.
Yeah.
You really think you can do better? Let's mano-y-mano this motherfucker. Nobody needs to know about it. We won't put it live.
Well,
let's meet.
The thing about Putin is I don't think he really, when he does like make meetings or attend meetings, it's always peaceful because no one wants to make him upset because anybody who goes against Putin ends up dead.
Well, yeah, that's also because he's not doing it himself. I'm saying let's do the thing where it's like old time kings and stuff. Where,
Yeah. Oh, God.
we're sword fighting. You know, like all right, let's modern day this bitch.
You just
and
want to
meet in the
joust
ring.
somebody.
Let's just meet in the ring. Let's MMA this, bro. I'd be so down. You want me to defend my country? This is where it starts.
This is where it starts.
Or this is where it ends, whichever one.
The buck stops here.
But I'm like, bro, if you guys have such a you know where I think this would sell the most is
Sell?
No, I'm telling you right here. This is where the money game is.
Okay.
Where the what do we even know? Where are we in 50
It doesn't
yet?
matter.
During elections. Mm-hmm. When Trump and Hillary, because that's the one that's the only one I've ever really focused on. They were going back at each other. Boom, 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 boom,
Oh, yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Insult for
Wrong.
insult.
Yeah.
Even though she's a woman, like, hey, you better back that shit up right now. I'm gonna come over there and smack you in the mouth. Bro, I'm like,
Well, these debates. The great thing about debates. This is going back to the whole Trump thing.
Yeah.
Like Trump made debates actually like exciting.
dude, that's what I'm saying.
Because nobody cared about debates.
No.
And like Trump was up here calling Ted Cruz's wife a dog.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And people were like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Because he was like, Ted Cruz's wife, ugly as a dog. And he was like, you have a dog wife, Ted. And I was like, what is happening?
And Ted Cruz didn't get up and do anything about it.
Yeah, he was
So
like,
I'm
he was like, I'm from Texas. You don't do that. And he was like, ugly. You got a dog wife, Ted.
no, but that's the
just
thing.
like, oh my God.
Are they? Nothing's holding them back.
Yeah.
It's like when you have the two on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
It's your two primary people that are going to run.
Right.
The only person is right in the middle, or not even on the stage majority of the time. I think they're like right in front of you.
Oh, the
So
moderator.
they're
like the
asking
moderator?
you questions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This guy's right here. What's stopping me from smacking him as hard as I can?
Well, you know where these debates are held, right?
No.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay.
In the ghetto.
What?
I don't know. I was just taking a shot in the dark.
But no, I was thinking about something else.
Oh.
So you're saying if you were on a debate stage, what's stopping you from just going over there and decking your opponent?
Yes. like this person over here is like, he can't run a family. He's got a failing marriage. Blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. And I get pissed off enough, and I just snap.
I tell you
I'm
what's
like,
stopping
you know what, bitch?
I tell you what's stopping you.
What?
Law.
True. True.
That's
Yeah.
called assault and battery. You're gonna go to jail.
Well, and I think that would boost some people's voting, though.
you can't run in a cell.
You don't know that. And excuse me, they're not going to a cell. Those rich people,
you
no,
will.
they aren't.
You will get out.
Those people are doing
You'll
their
get
time
out.
from home.
No, listen, you'll get out, but you're definitely getting taken away. Well, okay. Here's the thing: whether you see a cell or not, you probably won't. But you're definitely getting taken off stage.
Okay, that's
you're
fine.
getting escorted
That's
off stage
fine.
for sure.
That's fine.
Yeah, and
What's stopping me from Will Smithing someone? That's what I'm saying.
money.
Yeah.
If you have
Trump
Will
ain't
Smith
worried
money,
about Trump ain't worried about money.
that's what I'm saying. If you have Will Smith money, you can slap whoever you want,
Exactly.
and you won't face any.
So if I'm somebody like one of them,
yeah,
which I could see Will Smith or The Rock or somebody big time famous like that running, which I
Yeah.
guarantee it's going to happen.
yeah. Schwarzenegger already did. He won. But didn't he win both times? Or wait, no, he won once. How long was he governor? He was governor for a while.
Well, governors, 6-year terms? I want
think
to say it
so.
was one term.
Okay, yeah.
But
and didn't he have like a?
I think it was a landslide
Yeah,
because everybody knew who he was.
right. So
I don't even think anybody cared that, the Terminator is going to be our governor and he knows about politics. No, they were like, that's the governor.
Yeah.
We're going to run this shit.
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody was excited
So
about.
I think your politicking is one thing, And I think that's why a lot of career politicians kind of don't. It's kind of a respect thing. Because if you have somebody coming in who's a newcomer and they're just coming off of their name, and you've been a career politician all your life, this is what you do. You've been doing this for years. You've been campaigning. You've been fundraising and all this type of stuff. And it's like, this guy comes in and he just wins.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like that makes you kind of salty.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I'm very surprised nobody's just been like hauling off on someone. Like, I don't care about this anymore. You talk about my family like that and call my wife a dog, I'm beating your ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what's Trump? Trump can't fight. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know that. Never mind.
Trump will tumble. I guarantee
you. Think so?
Yes. You push that man a little bit, I feel like he's just gonna roll.
If it was somebody like Theodore Roosevelt, I could see it.
Yeah,
because homeboy went to war.
Oh yeah, that
I
guy
could
was
see that.
Just an absolute tank of a man.
But if it was somebody like I don't know, Nixon or Clinton or Obama, I don't know.
I know Trump's got size, but I feel like if you just kind of push him, if like you just kind of juke him, I feel like he's going down. He's just gonna,
yeah, broken ankles,
right?
Ground and pound, baby. You're on the ground now. I'm getting your ass.
Right. I feel like he wouldn't be a hard man to topple over.
Oh,
but
I doubt he's very top heavy.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I just think stuff like that we don't really see. I don't think we'll ever see a U.S. politician like dish out blows.
Man, it would be cool.
It'd be interesting, but
such a cool.
But that's what Parliament's for.
That's true.
If you want to see politicians just be absolute savages,
Parliament. U.S. starts calling out North Korea like, you guys need to put your damn stuff away, and he's like, what are you gonna do? And they said, I'll come up there and whoop your ass.
See, that's where it gets different because it's not gonna be like, what are you gonna do? It's gonna be like, I'm just gonna send a missile.
Yeah. Are you threatening me right now?
I'm just gonna take care of it that way.
He's like, yeah, see this red button? You're dead.
Right. There's no back and forth when it comes to that stuff. Like Putin and like North Korea powers, like you don't just trash talk them because then it's gonna come to somebody sending a rocket launcher your way.
Who do you trash talk then? Because you got to do
Australia.
No, because they've got crazy people there.
Well, Australia is our ally, right?
Oh,
or they used to be. I think well, technically they are, but like Trump really soured the taste in their mouth.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but what you do is you trash talk Australia, and you just go back and forth with Australia because nobody's gonna do anything. It's just gonna be an epic insult. It'll be a roast battle.
Or
you roast Australia.
Oh, I got a good one. Or you tell Australia that Greenland has been talking trash about.
Oh, you're gonna
start shit. Yeah, and that's where you get paid, baby.
You're gonna be the instigator.
Well, that's not what I heard Greenland say.
It's just this awful game of
Ireland talked bad about Scotland, and then it's gonna be this giant Irish Scottish battle.
Just this awful game of telephone, messing with national powers.
Get everybody to take each other out, and then you're the last one standing. It's perfect.
Oh my god. The world. This is a movie. The world did not end in a war. It ended in a game of telephone.
Oh, that could be good. That'd be a great movie.
You know what? I think we should end on that.
I think that's fine.
So be careful who you play telephone with, especially if it's United Powers.
Yeah. Play. Make sure you know where their big red button is.
Right, exactly.
Protect that button by all costs.
At all costs. All right, big fella. Podcast?
Podcast, sir. Yeah.